So here I want to use a few more examples to illustrate this index function. So here, instead of using Power BI, I'm going to use this Excel file, which I guess is easier to illustrate. Okay, it's a small data set, all made up, but well, I think it's working on the small data set can help illustrate this point. Okay, so here I have a few stocks: IBM, Ford, Apple, and Honda Motor Corporation. I guess that's the four stocks we have, and they're in different industries. So IBM and Apple is in the tech industry. Ford and Honda is in the auto industry. And also for each stock, they have a few dates of reports. Okay, just to illustrate the point, I kind of purposely made those dates all different. Okay, but it really doesn't matter. Well, as long as you can learn how index function works, right? So for each date, we have the information about the company's total assets and revenue. Okay, so that's the kind of information we have here. So assuming in this M code, I have this variable called row. Okay, it is defined using this index function. Okay, so I'll call this table. Okay, this table means this entire table I'm having here. So the index function is going to work on this table, and it's gonna use the following three arguments to kind of sort the table, all the observations in the table. Okay, first the match by clause or this argument is gonna sort this table by stock symbol and date. Okay, apparently in this table, each observation is identified by a particular symbol and a particular date. So using a combination of symbol and date, we can pin down this unique observation in this table. Then partition by will group observations into several groups or partitions, okay, based on the stock symbol. So this four observations is going to be partitioned as this IBM partition, okay. Then this four observations is going to be another partition related to Ford, okay. Again, because partition is based on stock symbol, so all the observations related to one stock symbol is going to be in that partition. So order by then will order within each partition, will order the observations based on the date. So for example, if we're talking about the Ford partition, then these four observations are kind of ordered ascendingly. Okay, here again, order by clause asks you to order ascendingly. You can specify to order in a descending order, that's fine. Okay, use DES instead of ASC. DES means descending. Okay, then the dates is gonna be ordered in a reverse order. Okay. So that's basically the structure of this index function, and then the index function is gonna return the very first position within the current partition. Okay. So that will depend on what the current partition is. Okay, and then let's assume if we are currently working on this row. Okay, if Power BI is currently working on this row of the table, all right. So this row is related to the stock Ford on September 30th, 2024. Okay, so this information related to this particular row we determine what's going to be the current partition, because currently we are working on this row, okay? And currently this row is related to Ford. That means the current partition is going to be Ford, all right? So then the index function is going to retrieve the very first position in the current partition. based on a ascending order of dates. So what's going to be the first position in the current partition? Okay, if we're ordering all the dates in ascending order, well, it's going to be this row number 6, right? That's the first observation with earliest date, okay, in the fourth partition. So basically, if we're working on this row 8, and we're talking about this code, then this code is going to return row number 6. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit more. Let's say, let's change to, okay, when the Power BI, process data is going to process data row by row, especially when we try to define a new column. Okay, so each row of that column is going to be calculated row by row. All right, so suppose now Power BI is moved to this row and start work on this row. Okay, then again the M code says, well, please return based on this index function. Okay, return the row based on this index function. So here, because we're looking at this row will tell us the current partition is going to be all the observations related to Apple. Okay, that's the current partition, the Apple partition. All right, then the index function is going to return the first position within this Apple partition. Okay, what's going to be the first position? Well, because within each position, all the observations are ordered by date. So the first position in this current partition is going to be the first date, the Apple stock, which is going to be the first date of the Apple stock. Well, of course, row number 10, that's the very first date for this Apple stock. All right, so if you're currently working on this row and the one of the kind of variables in this M code is defined like this, then the 10th row is going to be returned. That's the very first row of Apple, okay, with respect to the date, okay, in ascending order.